everyone. This is going to be your love reading, but before I begin, I just wanted to say it in one shot rather than having to say it each and every time that I film a video. This way it's just out. I've been doing a lot of research recently on getting a new tarot deck to either work alongside with my Spiral Tarot or even to let this new one take over for a little bit. And I researched and researched and researched, and I found the exact right tarot deck for me. And so I'm going to show it to you. This is called the Gaian Tarot, as in Gaia. Gaian Tarot, and I will tell you why I love this deck so much. It's about real life, and it's about real people and real situations. I have noticed, and I'm sure that a lot of you have noticed as well, that there's only a certain amount of tarot decks that have diversity in them as far as body shapes, the sexes, different skin tones, different everything, all different kinds of diversity, and a connection with nature that isn't necessarily a fantasy. I like this one because it's very real. It's about real life and real people, and I really truly appreciate the diversity of this deck as far as the types of people that are in it and what they look like and the different ages and everything. And so I'm actually giving you a sneak peek preview of this new deck, which you are probably going to be seeing a lot of in the future. And so I'm going to be using these half and half with the spiral deck for your love readings. And look at how huge they are too. I actually had to trim these. These were even bigger than they were, or these were even bigger before, and I cut them down. I cut the rims off of them. They're really, really interesting, as you're about to see. So I'm going to do a 6-card reading for you all for love and relationships for March. The first half, or the first 3, will be with the spiral, and the other 3 out of your 6 will be using the Gaian Tarot. It's been extremely fun using the Enchanted Map Oracle for your general readings this month, but I do have to say I kind of want to come back to reality a little bit instead of being so fantastical about things. I enjoy that because I'm an extremely imaginative person, and I like to use my imagination and storytelling abilities, but I know that not everyone is cut out for the fantasy edge of things. So let's get started with your love readings, and you'll have to let me know what you think about this deck. I absolutely adore it, and I'll see you in a second with your love reading. Hello, Cancer. This is going to be your love and relationship reading for March 2019. And I've got my puppy on my lap, so I'm going to try to do this. You want to see he's being really cute. He's on my lap, so I can't move around as much as usual. So I'm going to try to do this. Okay, this is for Cancer rising, Sun, and Moon for the rest of March 2019 for love and relationships. And of course, this is, did I just say that? I don't even know. Sorry guys, Mercury's retrograde. It's kind of throwing me off a little bit. This is for Leo rising, Sun, and Cancer rising, Sun, and Moon. Sorry guys, I promise I will do this reading well for you. So Cancer rising, Sun, and Moon for love and relationships. Okay, here we go. Let's see what comes out. Because these readings are specific, they may or may not resonate for you. And if they don't, you may want to check out your other 2 out of your rising, Sun, and Moon and see if any of those resonate more. Okay. And after I pick your 6 cards, I'll show them to you, and then I'll get started. Cancer for love and relationships for the rest of March. You've come up in several people's love readings this month, so I don't know what's going on with you guys, but it seems like something's happening. Ooh, okay, nice. All right, I'm going to pick one clarifier and then I'll show you. Okay, one more clarifier, sorry, and then I'll show you. All right. Interesting. Okay, here are your original 6, and I'm going to keep the clarifiers of mystery. Looks pretty good to me, you guys. You've got the Fool, the Chariot, which is your own Major Arcana card. This is the Cancer Major Arcana card, or one of them. The 9 of Wands, the Explorer of Air, which is the equivalent to the Knight of Swords. The Seeker, which is the equivalent to the Fool, or is another way of putting the Fool. You have 2 Fools in here. You guys starting a completely new journey with love and relationships. And your final one, this is what I was oohing and eyeing about. You have the 2 of Fire. I like this deck's version of the 2s. This deck, this tarot deck, is the most accurate that I've been able to find with its connection to numerology. So, yeah, very nice, you guys. The 2 of Wands, in other words. So, and then you have some clarifiers. Alrighty. In the recent past, with love and relationships, and I'm going to read this for you, this whole reading for you, for those of you that are coupled, those of you that have just met someone or are interested in someone or just started dating, and those of you that are just completely single. So it looks as though in the recent past, I'm getting first, right off the bat, I'm getting that for those of you that are single, for those of you who have not been coupled, it looks as if you may have met someone or someone is coming in. And you feel ready to meet, you feel like you're ready for a relationship now. If you have had endings of relationships in the past, or you've been trying to build yourself up, it seems as if you are ready, you have been ready now for a relationship, but you do want to take it slow. Or I'm sorry, this isn't the Explorer of Earth, this is the Explorer of Air. So this is telling me someone may have reached out to you. You may have heard from someone or met someone who is trying to communicate with you. Or, Ozzy, there's nobody there, it's the wind. It's the wind, buddy. So, if this is someone who has come in, this is someone who is very different. This is someone who thinks about things differently or is extremely brilliant, but free thinking. This person, for some of you, this person may be a little bit younger than you or seem a little bit more young than you, but not necessarily in a negative way. It just seems like they're centered around communication or exploring. So they might be the type of person that is moving around a lot or has a lot going on and has a lot of interests or a lot of things that they're doing. And so it may take a certain level of, adjustment in order to see if this is really the right fit for you or not. If you're a Cancerian that has other things in your chart that show that you like to go traveling, you like to explore, you like to see what's out there, you like to have fascinating conversations with, you like to meet new people, have interesting ideas, then this person is perfect for you. If you're more of a homebody or more of someone who doesn't run around quite so much, this may not be the greatest fit, but I guess it just depends, right? You most definitely have somebody who's interested in you that's reaching out to you or messaging you, texting you, inviting you places with them. Someone who most definitely feels like they have goals or they have things that they're doing. They might be doing a lot, and so they run back and forth a lot, and so they may be in and out. Not to say that they come in and then they leave you, but more they're in and out, like they're doing other things. So they may check up on you in the afternoon, then they have to go do something, then they come back, or you might not hear from them for a couple of days, and then all of a sudden they reach out. Something about this may be throwing you slightly for a loop or is different from what you're used to. It will be a matter of time to see whether or not this is a good fit for you or whether or not you can fly with this energy. It seems as though you're ready to move forward with relationships, though. So if you are single, it seems as if you're getting out there, you're meeting people, you're interested in what other people's interests are. You want to socialize more, you're getting out more, you're exploring your environment. How you'll know whether someone is right for you is whether or not you can communicate with them. So, and if you've been in a long-term relationship or you're in a stable relationship, it looks as if there's been a new beginning in the relationship concerning communication or new ideas or new plans, even plans that you're coming up with together of new risks you would like to take together or places you would like to travel to or things you would like to learn together. You may need to get some kind of an answer here. What I'm getting is that either way, whether you're in a relationship or not, or whether you're in a stable relationship or whether or not you just started seeing someone, communication is the key here on whether or not you're going in the same direction as each other, or this person seems a teeny bit scattered, or like they fly around a lot, or they have a lot going on. So I guess you'll just have to see. Or you may be traveling together. You may have met someone and you're going on some kind of a trip together, or you're getting to know each other while you're on this trip. While you're in the car, you get to talk about lots of different things while you're driving, or you stop at different places and you get to know each other along the way. Each place you stop, maybe you get out of the car. If you've been driving for 5 hours and you need a break from driving, you could choose to get out and hang out and have a picnic lunch by a creek or something and then hop back in the car and continue to go on. Each stop you make, every conversation you have along the way helps you to get to know this person more, and you'll know very deeply within yourself whether or not this is the right person for you. I'm not saying that they're not. I am just saying that you kind of have to see, is what I'm seeing in here. So presently, again, I'm getting something about a trip. You have the Chariot and the Seeker. And so again, if you are coupled and in a relationship, it seems as if you're going someplace together, either literally or figuratively. You feel as if you're on a similar wavelength, you're on a similar path, you have similar goals in life, you're able to flow along together. You're going in a similar direction as each other. This is metaphorically. Literally, you may actually be going someplace together. You may be going on a trip in your car, or flying in an airplane, or going someplace exciting, getting to know each other along the way. Life is a journey together is what I'm getting. So again, you have a second Fool. You're taking some kind of a risk with this. You're choosing to see what happens. You're choosing to take the risk on getting to know this person, seeing if it goes someplace. You're jumping into a new experience. It looks good though. It looks like it's not a scary risk, or a risk that could do any kind of damage to you. It looks like you're exploring together, or you're exploring this person. You're seeing what they're really like, or seeing if it seems as if you're on similar paths, or you're going in a similar direction. You, again, if you're in a coupled relationship, you may be going on some kind of a big trip together, or deciding on what your goals for the future are together, on where you would like to go in the future together, what you would like to happen in your relationship together. It seems as if the relationship is going someplace. And in the future, wow, you guys, you've got the Nine of Wands, and you have the Two of Wands, excuse me, or the Two of Fire. This looks pretty damn passionate, you guys. Well, what I'm getting here is that if you are single, or you have met someone, or you've started dating someone, or you're interested in someone, or someone is interested in you, that you're wrapping up some things in your life so that you can fully be able to nurture a relationship all the way. With this Two of Fire here, it seems as if there's a choice involved. I am getting that for some of you, the other person has left a relationship and is choosing to start a new one with you, or you are still wrapping up an old path of action with an old relationship. Not as in you break up with someone and the very next day you get together with someone else, but you're wrapping up something to do with relationships from the past, or an old path of action, so that you can fully do this or choose to be together. There's definitely choice involved. Someone may be choosing to be with you. You may be choosing to be with someone. You both may be choosing to be together, but there may be something in the mix where the past is being left behind, or there's an old partnership being left behind. Don't freak out, you guys, if you're a cross watcher or something. This is just a possibility for some of you in here. But it seems as if you have met someone that lights you up. You see eye to eye, and there's a great deal of passion and attraction in this relationship. Physically, the relationship feels really healthy, where there's a lot of touching, a lot of kissing, a lot of hugging, a lot of feeling as if their body is another extension of your own body. I don't really know how else to put it, but it feels very mutual to me, mutual attraction. And possibly both of you may need to make some kind of a choice in order to go with the relationship. Or you're choosing to wrap up old things so that you can be fully ready for a relationship, or they are. But it looks pretty passionate to me, you guys. And if you've been in a long-term relationship and you're coupled, there's renewed passion in the relationship, or you're choosing to work on this aspect of your relationship more than before, where you're taking the time to nurture the passion in the relationship, have adventures together, try new things together that unifies you more, and you feel like an old cycle of the relationship is coming to an end or is being wrapped up. Not that whatever happened before was necessarily bad. It just seems like an old way of the relationship is ending and a completely new unified way of the relationship is starting. Either that, or you have to make some kind of a choice. With these, there is the Child of Earth, otherwise known as the Page of Pentacles. This is so cute. And then you have the Three of Earth, or the equivalent to the Three of Pentacles. Yeah, you know, I'm getting something specific in here saying that if you have met someone and the relationship is doing well, or you're getting to know each other, eventually in the future, you will be choosing to see, you know, if you're a single parent and you have a child, or if they're a single parent and they have a child, or both of you have children and you're choosing to unify. Like first you're getting to know each other. You're talking, you're getting to know each other's minds. You're seeing if you can be compatible with communication. They may teach you some things that you don't know about. You may teach them some things that they don't know about. Communication is pretty good here. And then you're choosing to take the relationship further and explore the relationship, or to see where it takes you, to see if this can work. And then in the future, you're deciding, okay, this feels like a pretty good match. You know, you're choosing to entwine with each other energetically a little bit more than before, where you feel more unified, or you know each other well enough to kind of get a good feeling on whether this relationship is solid or not. And this may involve integrating or merging or entwining your lives together, where you may have past things that are still in existence, as in you may have children from previous relationships, or you may have, one of you may live in a certain direction, another one of you may live 2 towns over or something, and you're pretty well established with what you've got going on. So it's kind of like, okay, how can we make this work? Or should we introduce our children to each other now? Should we try to entwine our living situations? Or are we going in a similar direction? In which case, you will be checking it out. You will be seeing. You might choose to introduce this person to your child to see how they act with your child, or how your child feels around them. You may, I'm getting slowly ease your way in with this though, where you're feeling it out bit by bit. You may choose to have them be around your closest friends that you've been friends with for years, and your friends know you so well, and afterwards see if they get along with your friends, if they can mesh well with your life, I'm getting. And whether or not you have children, it's a similar sort of message. Okay, you know, you've gotten to know each other, things seem to be doing pretty well, you're exploring together, you're getting closer, and then you're seeing, okay, you know, how do they do with my friends? Can they mesh with the life that I have in existence for myself? Can they get along with the situations that I have already going on? It looks as if it's very possible that you guys could intertwine further in meshing your lives bit by bit, you guys. I'm not saying overnight, but it looks pretty good to me. You guys can definitely be creative together, do things together, nurture things together. It feels good to me. There's a lot of growth here. And if you're coupled, wow, you guys, I mean, if you're coupled, the old phase of the relationship is naturally coming to a close, and you're wrapping some things up. You may decide to go on an adventure together, or choose to do something together, or you're, again, same sort of message, you're entwining more closely with each other. You feel unified. You have a pretty good life, you guys. You have a pretty good life together. Your friends get along well together. If you are I can barely speak. Sorry, you guys. If you have been together for a while, you may very well have children together, and it seems as though your child or children feel extremely secure with the life that you have. You may be branching out together, as in learning new hobbies, learning new skills, having some extra things that you do individually, that you're learning about or interested in, and then you can bring it home and talk about it with each other, or tell each other about the fascinating new things that you have learned, or it just seems like you're working together rather nicely and feels very stable and fruitful to me, like it's growing well. If you are completely single, it seems as if someone is coming in the future, and it may involve a choice on either their part or on your part or both of your parts. But again, you may meet this person through mutual interests, mutual hobbies, mutual interests. You may even meet them at some kind of a class or convention, or even a friend of a friend sort of a situation where you're at a social situation where it's a number of your dearest friends and they introduce you to someone new. And this person coming in may have a child, may not have a child. If they do have a child, it looks as if you get along with this child well, or you're able to care for this child. If there are no children involved, this looks as if this relationship can grow. You're definitely learning, or you're learning about each other. You're getting to know each other slowly but surely in a good way. I'm getting something in here about not rushing, but I can see why it would be tempting to rush a little bit, because there is so much attraction here, or so much passion here, that it's hard to just take it easy. But, you know, I'm getting, you may need to put yourselves in social situations so that you don't rip each other's clothes off, because you can't exactly do that if there are other people around. You may need to force yourselves to be around other people a lot of the time, just so you can slowly get to know each other and not rush. So, yeah, and it looks good either way, you guys. So you'll have to let me know whether that resonated or not, or whether that helped or not, and hopefully it did help you or make sense for you. If not, check out your other two. So, okay, see you soon for your random messages from the universe.